So there's our supplies for today. This is a from Temu. It's an 8-inch sign. Using the Unique and Acrylic large board, 32 zip ties are on the board. We're using these beautiful ribbon, 1.5 inch, has the all these beautiful fall colors and the glitter fall color. These go together so nicely, I think. And with the sign, you can see some of the browns in there. So these are perfect mats, I think, for the sign. So cut at 14 inches, 12 pieces each. Okay, and then we're using the blue horizontal white stripe mesh. 32 pieces, you'll need cut 10 by 10 or squared. And you'll have just enough for a whole roll. And then I cut a couple more. There's 34 pieces in that roll, so we just need 32. So I was lucky I had enough. The star of the show is the curl method. That's what we'll be using. I call it the curl, side curl. It's a 10 by 10. We rolled it in both ends this time. And I'll show you. Let me put this aside and I'll show you what I mean. You don't need to see my remote. Oh, and the supplies and the tools will be these. And, of course, 6-inch zip ties. And, okay, just put these aside. Oh, the curl. These are 10 inches. Again, I would burn this mesh. Let me show you how I curled it. So I'm just going to roll it both ends. That's it. Just nice tight rolls. I think I rolled it twice on both ends or something, or once, just like that. See that? And then I make sure the ends are tucked in, so this way they won't fray, and then they'll lay nicely. And then I'm find the middle right here, about right there, and I flip it like that. Just like that. And when I'm gonna zip tie this part here, about 1/2 inch in there. Is it 1/2 inch? Almost an inch. So I make sure I get this inner part here into the zip tie as well, because it will come undone and it won't be nice. The wreath will be ruined. Okay, so I'm just gonna get that zip tie ready. And these are, make sure they're lined up. Actually, that's not lined up. I don't like it. So let's fix that. So you see that they're not really lined up. So I'm just going to adjust it down here to where I think they're almost perfect. Ouch. And then that's it. That's our petal. We'll do a couple more here, and then we'll just put stuff into the board. Just like that. It's easy, easy, easy. You don't really need to wood burn this, the mess, if you're going to do this style, because as you can see, all those edges are hidden down in there. So another way you could do the side curl method. So I've been doing a lot of those. I like the way the wreath looks. We're gonna put the curls this way. I thought about doing it this way, but I don't like how it just, I'd like to see the curls. Okay, so there's all the curls that we just made. The side curls. I don't even know if they're called that, but I like saying side curls because you'll know what I mean when I say that. 14-inch cut, 1.5 inch. Get those ready. Here's the board. The second row here, there's 16 zip ties, and we're gonna go every other with just the curl, and every other with the 1.5 inch ribbon 1/8 every other for row 2. So first, let's start just anywhere, I guess. It doesn't really matter where you start, but I usually like to start at the top, where I say the top is over here, because so then you'll see how it looks. And so I'll explain it better with the top up there. And so we're gonna slide this petal in there, and we'll close it off. And so no ribbon. So, but the next one will have ribbon and the curl. 1 each. So I'm putting this at the bottom, this on top, because I like the pattern, the look of that. I'm gonna find the middle. So usually this is what I do. This is what everybody does, is they find the middle and they scrunch their ribbon. Sometimes what I'd like to do is have mine cross over just a little bit like that. So this way when I add them into the board, they will lay much better. You don't have to spread them open. They're opened up for you already. Okay, so up here when you do this, you make sure these are lined up. If not, you adjust it down here, just like that. Okay, so those are ready. And we grab our curl, slip it into the zip tie, making sure my zip tie is in there. And we grab our ribbon and slip it in there too. So the ribbon is cut at 14 inches and the curls are cut at 10, squared up. So when I add these together in there, I make sure my zip tie is in there. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. It is in the zip tie. And I'm just gonna make sure my ribbon is almost the same length in there. That's why I cut these at 14 inches, you see, because I knew there'll be about 2 inches of ribbon inside the zip tie. So you see now the reason why I put them cross over each other, crossing over when I pinch these ribbon together, is now you can see that they're already opened up for you when you add them into the zip tie. Okay. All right, so this will be what we'll do all the way around. So that's how that looks with all the mess in the ribbon on the second row. And now we're moving on to the third row, which is this one right here. There's 8 zip ties on the third row, and we're adding only the curls, side curls, onto that row. So 8 side curls for that row. Okay, here we go. So making sure I'm putting it this way. And zip up and continue on all the way around. Spread these open. Oh, that one on backwards. We'll turn it around here inside. Oh, that hurt. There we go. I just turned the curl around inside the zip tie. It worked. It worked. Without me having to, oh, I cut off the zip tie. There we go. So we'll just spread these open a little bit. So the row 2 and 3 are done. As you can see, it's so pretty. I like it. What do you guys think? You see how neat that is? I like how neat the side curls are. It just makes you see that it's a round wreath. Okay. So now we're working on row 1, 2, 3, row 4. There's 8 zip ties on row 4. So what I'm gonna do is go every other with, I'm gonna do the same thing as row 2, what I did with row 2. Okay. So the curl goes in there, just the curl, just anywhere is fine. And then we add our ribbon in there now with that curl. This way. And close that zip tie. All right, so we have all our mess and ribbon in there. Do is add these 2 pieces in the middle here, so the sign will sit nicely on top of the mess. We're just gonna do ruffles. So where the number is, this board is numbered, and there's a 5 right there. That's where I'll be adding. Let me show you. I'll show you the back from the back when I'm done. Actually, we'll leave that open because we're doing ruffles. So up and down is where I'm adding my zip ties. So let me show you from the back. So see all the, right there. So this is the hanging holes, and this is where I'm adding the 2 zip ties. Okay, so we'll do ruffles. So the sign will sit on something. What I mean by ruffles is just gonna ruffle from cut edge to the cut edge. Ruffle, ruffle, and put these on top of each other just like that. It's like a fan fold. And of course I'm gonna add a zip tie. So we'll do the same thing with this one as well. So this way you'll use up all your mess as well. You won't have anything left over. So just gonna add that right there. Right into there. Where is the other one? Okay. And just move that around so it sits just like that. Do the same thing with this one. Oh, this way. Close that off. Cut out the zip ties. And I'll just fix these where they're sitting under. Where they'll be sitting under, like that. Okay, see that? Because they're not so this way they won't show. So the sign will sit snug right in there. See where the top is? It's up here. So this is the top. So here's the sign, and boom. My gosh. And there. You know what? Let's make a bow first. Using the same ribbon. I'll use this one first because it's my favorite. Actually, let's put these at the bottom. See, I like the tails that come out from the bottom. Took out one rope. There we go, and then we can dovetail the tails when we add bow in there. Fluff it up some more. Let's see if the sign's good or not. What am I doing? I stopped on where I placed the sign. I was talking away, I'm sorry. See, this is the top over here, and look what I did. Look where I placed my sign. I said I was going to place it here and here. Here and here. Look at where I placed it. Oh my. What to do? You know what? Just leave it. I'm just going to leave it because I don't want to change it. And there's plenty of holes where you can hang the wreath with. I'll show you if you so pretty. So I'll show you what to do. And so when you hang it, when I'm gonna hang it, this is what it looked like. See how crooked the sign is? But now when I hang it, I'm gonna use this hole right here. So it's not really a mistake because there's always holes, any holes that you could use to hang up your wreath. Or you could use a bigger zip tie and go in here. So I think I'm good. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me see. All right, so there's our wreath, our finished wreath. I hope you enjoyed that.